How is COVID doing? Well, we have over 3,100 new cases with over 30 new deaths in the state of Texas. 8 new cases in Oasis County with 2 new deaths. Tests, 2.5% have been positive since March 29th. Positive tests, over 14,000 positive tests. Almost 600,000 tests have been taken. People hospitalizations, 11.22% with almost over 1,900 people in ICU. 60.9% have been fully vaccinated, which is 17.6% of 17.6 million population, and 20.9 million have had at least 1 dose, which is up to 72.3%. $562 million doses in the U.S. with fully vaccinated 218 million, 66.1% of the population. Worldwide is over 11 million. So that's basically how it is. But what about our local schools? Give me 1 second here to make some adjustments. Let's look at yesterday's case. Yesterday's case yesterday, we're at 0. Everyone's at 0. Monday, 2, which is good. Probably good for everyone else. But how's that going to help solve everything? We had to tell people to make sure to get vaccinated, but the problem is nobody knows which vaccine to get. I tell people all the time, like, I always get the Pfizer vaccine. It works best. It's the best vaccine ever. After the 2nd dose, I've had a mild side effect, which caused me to get a fever, but I'm feeling a lot better after the dose. So would you recommend getting the, you might be saying, would you recommend us get the Pfizer vaccine? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, I would recommend it. Possibly. But there are studies that found that the fourth dose could have some unintended consequences. But we're not going to spend the rest of the time trying to give you facts here. What we're trying to do is to make sure we get you safe and healthy. That's the whole purpose of the show, is to keep everyone else safe. But incidentally, what's going on around the world, what's going on is just basically the talk of the town. So in this particular case, what you would have here is something that's reported. I mean, what I just told you about was from the New York Times. It's what the New York Times, it's from what Google posted and from what the New York Times says. So, like I've always said before, it's all how you look at it. But the issue that I do have with people is that nobody wants to get vaccinated because of what's going on, because of their religious beliefs. Like, okay, I understand it's against your religion and all, but people's lives are at stake. If you're saying you're not being vaccinated, then all of a sudden you're turning your back on people you care about. If people say to you, "Hey, you need to get vaccinated," and you say, "No, I can't because it's against my religion." I understand it's against your religion. I get it. But that doesn't mean diddly do. Or diddly squat. So what really needs to happen is we need to make sure we follow all these tips. Vaccinations important, masks very important, social distancing until you get vaccinated, hand washing, and next week, and we're 1 week away from the mask mandate ending for the TS, mask mandate ending. So if you're riding the bus or riding the airplane, good news, the mask mandate will end. What about those who are unvaccinated? We don't know. We don't know whether or not it will happen, but it could be a great show. If you're quarantined, again, like I said before, you need to stay home if you're quarantined. Don't invite anyone over. Don't invite anyone over. Don't invite any friends over. The only time you're going to leave the house is to go get the mail or take out the trash. That's it. And if you get COVID, get the vaccine. Get vaccinated. If one of your family members says they have COVID, you need to respond immediately. If they tell you to keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut. Nobody needs to know. It's your choice. Well, coming up next, just 2 hours ago, there was a threat at FBJH. Just 2 hours ago. I'll meet you at Facebook post, and then later on more topics when we return. Okay, there's been another school threat happening. This time here in my area. 10 a.m. this morning, just became aware of a potential threat located at the junior high campus. Out of abundance of caution, district placed the junior high campus on lockdown and the immediate campus with secure lockout. Parents notified by voicemail and email. As the investigation continued, district investigated a potential threat. There was no threat to our facilities. Lockdown has now been lifted. Okay. Which was good. Again, like I said before, look, throughout this past season, I've been getting you guys, we've been talking about education and why it's been falling off the map. This is the reason why. This is all the threats. If you were to look on YouTube about school threats happening today, a message from the officer would get your attention. Well, after the Oxford shooting, TikTok decided to respond to National School Shooting Day and threatening the schools. Now imagine, this was 3 months ago. The schools take precaution against TikTok threats. I mean, TikTok seems not doing this anymore, but here's something we haven't talked about 3 months ago. 3 months ago, the Brownwood superintendent slams TikTok over these school threats. So let's take a look.
HL training should be compliant, simple, effective.
Sorry about that, guys.
Latest threat comes with schools across the country on high alert after a threat was posted on TikTok about threatening violence.
Miami-Dade and Broward County School Districts both taking action with extra police on hand today. Fox News reporter Leanne Warhol joins us live from Fort Lauderdale.
She has a strong reaction about this threat from Broward Interim Superintendent Vicki Cartwright.
That's right, she's aiming her comments directly at TikTok and the federal government. America's education system is under attack right now. We are under attack by a social media platform that will not intervene when it is necessary.
Exactly.
Vicki Cartwright is aiming strong words at TikTok for not doing more to stop threats of violence against schools.
Just as you cannot go inside of an airport and say the word bomb, it should not be allowed on the social media platform for individuals to make threats towards schools.
She's pleading with the app as well as U.S. lawmakers to take action.
Federal government, we need your help. We need some type of oversight so that these type of threats stop, or at least taken seriously by the company itself.
This comes hours after posts promoting generalized threats against schools begin to surface on TikTok, prompting school closures and increased security.
Sorry about that, guys.
Locally in Miami-Dade and Broward, messages were sent out to parents and staff, and additional officers were sent to patrol schools.
It's really, really, truly affecting the social, emotional, mental health of our students and all of our employees of Broward County Public Schools, because we just really don't know if it's going to be played out.
In addition to this latest threat, dozens of South Florida schools have been named in specific threats made by students since the start of the school year, leading to kids facing felony arrests. Broward Teachers Union President Anna Fusco suggests these issues be tackled in the classroom.
Just have some real conversations and talk with our students.
Cartwright had direct messages as well from both parents and students.
Please monitor your children's social media accounts. Students, if you have a friend who's talking about it or contemplating it, tell them don't do it. The consequences are real and they're life-changing.
Now, if you take a look at TikTok's Twitter account at TikTok.com, you will see that they are defending themselves vehemently. They say that they have scoured their app. They insist that they are not seeing any such threats on their app. But of course, the people that are actually seeing them beg to differ. Again, these are felonies. If you make a threat against a school, whether you think it's a joke or not, it is a felony. You will be arrested and face felony charges, have a record that goes with you your entire life, and you'll also get kicked out of school too. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Leanne Royholm, Local 10 News.
And like I said before, I agree. You need to monitor your kids' social media accounts. Like I said before, we talked about cyber safety. Keep an eye on the your child's computer, your child's social media, and then all of a sudden, people think that making a threat is a joke. Like you say, "Oh, I'm going to do this and that," and you go, you think it's a joke. It is not a joke. Especially what happened 2 years ago. This was 2 years before TikTok ever did this. So let's take a look at this one.
DMS, from day one, you've tried.
Sorry about that. Again, let's take a look.
That's right, that threat not stopping things from continuing as scheduled here at Estancia High School in Costa Mesa. Now you can see behind me there is increased police presence because of this threat, and that's not just here, it's also throughout the entire Newport Mesa Unified School District. That's according to a district spokesperson. Now this all after the photo you're about to see on your screen circulated on social media last night. Costa Mesa Police confirmed this is the picture they received several calls about from concerned parents. Officers investigated and say this is a BB gun police now have in their possession, and the two people officers say are behind the post are under arrest. One of them, an 18-year-old male who is a friend of a 17-year-old female student, also
Juvenile.
under arrest from Estancia High School. A spokesperson with the police department tells me they'll be releasing the name of that 18-year-old in just a few minutes. There is a second photo police say is also linked to this investigation and the two under arrest. This photo includes a threat of a mass shooting at this school on the morning of December 5th. I spoke with a couple parents this morning. One of them tells me she's so worried she kept her children home today.
As I have a sophomore here at Estancia, which she didn't come to school today. I didn't want to send her when I found out. I have another student at the elementary, right down the street. She's in 4th grade. I didn't send her either.
I spoke with a mother, not the one you just saw on screen, but another mother who tells me she has a sophomore student here. She had another student who came to this high school who actually lost his life 4 years ago in a DUI accident. She says the driver in that DUI accident was an Estancia High School student at the time. So her nerves obviously very rattled. She's already lost a son here, a former student in an unrelated accident, but you know, she's already on edge. She's actually standing by outside the school. Even the police say there's nothing to worry about. She's standing out here because she says, I cannot lose another child. I'm just really nervous about this entire thing. But again, police say that they'll be out here patrolling, that there is no longer a credible threat, and that students should be at ease and allow students and parents should be at ease and allow their students to come to school.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Click the ABC7 look.
And again, like I said before, you need to, again, like I say, you gotta monitor your kids' social media. And here's a short clip from 11 Alive to tell us more about that. I mean, like I said before, you need to monitor your kids. We talked about cyber safety and what you need to do. And yet nobody takes this very seriously.
In Michigan, a teenager is accused of shooting and killing 4 of his classmates and injuring several others last week. It is sparking a lot of conversations about warning signs and how to keep your children safe. Ken Trump is the president of the National School Safety and Security Services. He says it all starts at home.
Let your kids know there's no such thing as a joke disrupts their school days if schools go on lockdown.
Andy Arena is a former FBI agent. He encourages students to let a teacher know if they see something suspicious, whether it be online or in person. It could make a difference. Experts say about 9 out of 10 threats are unsubstantiated, but all of them need to be taken seriously. Also, talk to your kids about the importance of active shooter drills. After more than a year at home for remote learning, for some, now's the time to brush up on emergency plans just in case.
I agree. When we come back, a student from the principal's office back in 2008 got to sign a contract which says he will not give any reason to be class suspension result in termination. There's a threat involved. I'll tell you about that when we return. Now, for those who just joined us, we've been focusing on those school threats, especially from the one for those who just joined us, we're focusing on threats after approximately 2 hours ago, a threat happened at my town. And let me tell you this. Every school district in any of the 50 states takes threats very seriously. It holds immediate suspension and often police action. That's not the case of what happened back 12 years ago. If you remember the show The Principal's Office, you would have heard about this case. It's a case about him wanting to graduate, but then what had happened was when Dr. Caroline Caswell heard about this case, well, I'll just let you be the judge, so take a look.
Had a tough day today, huh? I did not put you on a contract when I met with you this summer.
Yeah, you did.
Do you remember what the contract said?
Said I couldn't get in any trouble.
I will not give any teacher cause to send me out of class. Suspension will result in my
termination.
Termination.
I hope I'm not expelled, because I'm supposed to be graduating this year, and I'm trying to go into college so I can get a good job.
All right, tell me what happened today.
So we were in chemistry class, and he goes, "Oh, Anthony, you're supposed to be doing the work," and I told him, I was like, "I don't have it," and he just got mad at me and kicked me out of class, told me to get out. And that's when I got mad, and I used a couple...
So why don't you tell me what you said to him?
I told him, you nice-looking bastard.
What? What is in your head right now?
A lot.
Oh, Anthony, I don't even know what to say to you. You have really got yourself in it this time. You being frustrated and you thinking that what he did was wrong doesn't give you the license to insult him. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Well, then why did you do it?
It's because he's a teacher doesn't mean he has the right to kick me out of class.
Yes, he does. Yes, he did. That does mean that. Yes.
For asking a question on the class that I'm trying to pass, I mean, if I would have disrupted the class, if I would have said something, I had a class laughing or I had a class looking at me.
But you can't F him off and insult him.
When I'm trying to work so that I can graduate, so he kicks me out.
That's all you said?
Yeah.
Just that?
Yeah.
As if that's not enough.
He came back and he said that I was saying that I was going to punch him in his face.
That is what he put in writing.
That's a threat.
Yeah, and I never said that.
Because that is a threat, you understand?
Exactly.
Anytime a threat is made toward a teacher, we take it very seriously. It holds a very serious suspension and often police action.
I would never threaten a teacher. I would never threaten anyone personally. I never say I'm going to punch someone. If I'm going to punch someone in the face, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to say I'm going to punch you in the face because you know it's coming.
Oh, I just can't believe this. I'm like sick over this. I really thought you were coming back to get things taken care of this year. I can't allow you back in.
That's fine with me.
I gotta tell you, I'm very disappointed. I'm
After this, he got expelled. We don't know if he got his diploma yet, but he said he was going to find a way. But we probably won't know what happened. But again, even though he may be an innocent child, you make a threat like that to a teacher, they're going to write you up. Which brings us to the case in Huntersville, North Carolina. Which brings us to the case in Huntersville, North Carolina. At Hopewell High School. So let's take a look.
When I first read LeBron's referral, I wasn't really shocked. I've had a few run-ins with him about his insubordination in the past. Read this.
When told I would have to call his parents concerning his behavior, LeBron got out of the seat and told the class, "You go on, call mama. She gotta come down here and whip you." It was it.
No.
Oh. So LeBron left the classroom without permission.
Tell me what happened.
No, we were chilling.
You were chilling?
Yeah. We were chilling.
Were you working?
Yeah, we was working. After I'm done, she was like, to make sure your name on it, so I put my name on it. I tried to pass it up, she was like, no, I'm not taking it up. She was like, you don't have to be the last one.
What the referral says is you got up, made a scene, told the class, call my mama. She want to come down here and whoop your ass.
I didn't say that to that girl.
She's not a girl, she's a woman. She's your teacher. You need to respect her as such. She was visibly upset. She was extremely disappointed in the way your behavior has changed. You can't threaten my teachers that way. Who gives you the right to talk to any teacher that way? Why would you talk to an adult that way? Help me understand why you think it's okay to talk to an adult that way.
Talk about like being a nice, innocent child.
Absolutely not.
I ain't say all that. I don't know what she's talking about.
We're gonna ask Ms. Babby to come down here and then we're gonna discuss it.
Why?
It was obvious to me that LeBron was lying to my face. So I wanted to call his teacher down just to get her version of the events that happened. Good morning, Ms. Bagley. How are you?
Good,
Thank you for joining us. We were discussing LeBron's behavior in your class. I just wanted to make sure that we get a full scope of what happened so we can get to the bottom of it.
Okay. 9:20. LeBron's been there for 20 minutes. No warm-up. No pencil. LeBron, where's your pencil? Don't have a pencil. Get a pencil. Don't have a pencil. Get a pencil. So we have the whole pencil thing. LeBron and I have no relationship. He passed me at lunchtime. He gave me the finger. LeBron's talking to Bria. LeBron's talking to Hannah. LeBron's talking to Tribeca. LeBron's talking to Daniel. LeBron's not doing warm-up. And in the process, nobody else is doing the warm-up.
Right.
And I said, LeBron, just come on. Don't meet me outside. We're just going to have to go call somebody. And that's when you stood up and announced to the whole class. Yeah, you go ahead and call my mama. My mama said you call her again, she's going to come down here and whip your ass.
That's not what happened.
He denies everything.
So I didn't say anything.
LeBron, come on. I don't appreciate what your mama's going to do to me.
Man, she was tripping. She was trying to play me.
LeBron and I won't really have a working relationship. And it will probably be a struggle until the end of the semester.
When she's speaking to you, you need to be respectful. Is that clear? Is that clear?
I'm disrespectful.
Is that clear? Yes or no?
Respect.
Answer the question.
I don't know.
LeBron, you know you should be suspended, right?
What would you say?
You know you should be suspended for this.
For what?
You disrespected her and you disrupted her class. So as a result of that, you being suspended.
She got trying to flirt on me, you know what I'm saying?
You done? Yeah. Let me know when you're done.
I was saying, things like doing good. She tried to play each other in the background.
Why are you still talking?
Trying to rise to the top. She tried to bring it down.
Let's wrap this up. After that, he got in-school suspension. He denied everything. And we don't know what else happened. They haven't given us an update in the show. The creator of the show is here. He needs to give us an update. We'll give a review in a moment. Throughout this half hour, we've been talking about school threats. Looking at one case from 2 hours ago, almost 3 hours ago, and one case from 2 years ago. And looking at some clips from an old TV show. So let's review what can happen. If you post a threat, whether it's fake, real, or just a joke, it's a felony. Especially in other states, where if you say bomb in an airplane, you could be arrested for a terroristic threat. Same thing with schools. You try to post, if you threaten to shoot at the school or threaten to do this and that to the school, you too could be arrested, and it's a felony. Even if you are a 16-year-old, even if you're under 18, you are still a juvenile, and will be charged as a juvenile for terroristic threats and being held up in the juvenile courts. And parents, you need to monitor your children. Your child's social media, making sure they don't post anything negative, you don't post any threats. If it has to come to you installing software, okay, you can install software. If it will help, and remember kids, if you see something, you say something. You don't just ignore it. And if your friend is posting a threat, just tell them behind you. Don't do that because it's a bad idea. You could go to jail. And that's what you could go to jail for. You could go to jail for a threat. Because these things are real. I mean, look at what happened. December 17th. TikTok was involved, and a lot of times it's just as simple as, don't do this again. And yet people did it. Not only you get out of school, you're going to be arrested. And looking at these cases here, we don't know who posted this threat. Who posted the threat at junior high, but if someone else did, but if it was someone who didn't go, or some vagrant guy who did that, he needs to be in jail for terroristic threats. No excuses. Second half of the show coming up shortly, coming up a few hours. I'll see you then. That's all for this first half of Give Me a Break Wednesday. We'll see you again for the second. See you again shortly for the second half. Have a nice day, everyone, and I'll see you shortly. Good day.